There are those that do walk with joy, while there are those that do walk with mourning. Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. In today's episode, let's dive into African lady who got married to a Chinese husband. Based in China, but presently in the land of the Tanzania environment. There is time for harvest and there is also time for cultivating the ground. But firstly, you have to cultivate the soil before time for harvest will comfort. Well, you note that African lady and her sister they went out to make an harvest for corn. You note that the Chinese environment or the Chinese soil is far differ from other soil. And one good thing about the Chinese people is that it seems they don't even drag things. This is my own, this is your own, and this is they believe that everything that is being cultivated is for human consumption. That is why you see they don't have difficulty in sharing, difficulty, in eating good vegetables, and you hardly see someone, in the Chinese environment just, have to gather all kinds of crops just for one human consumption. No way. You see everything that is being cultivated is usually for their own consumption. And one thing again to note about the Chinese people is that wherever it's time for cultivation, whenever it's time like the rainy season, when it's time for planting, you see all others, but the community, though it's not to like they come together, they work one, to ensure that work is being done and then certain crops is being planted. And during that period, you note that everybody, all hands on decks, and after cultivation, they eat good meal. And his answer, well, we have so many questions tripping here. Someone's like, does it mean in other places or in Africa or other places they don't used to do like that? They don't used to, call the multitude or the community to eat in farming, or they don't do mechanized farming? Yes, they do. In other places they also do, but there's far different. We mean this commune, should I say this commune living, this kind of living where they believe that everything that is being cultivated should be for consumption, or little should be shared, or also should be sold if it's like cultivated in a large acres, like the use of mechanized system. Well, in this particular clip, you know that Lawu was also with them. By then she has not gotten married. Yes, she was staying with she came all over from Africa to visit her sister Felista, while her husband is just close by and also watching from afar off. Well, you note that Lawu hated her sister in every single thing she's doing. She did not say, I'm tired, I cannot do this, I cannot climb the mountain. In fact, she loved the culture and tradition of the Chinese people. Whatever thing her sister loved, she loved as well. She did not condemn, she did not, say this, she did not find faults. She loved. In fact, one thing I note about life is that when you cherish good things usually draw to you. But when you cherish bad things or say condemn things or don't, see the other beauty in things, in fact, it will be like a bounce back to you. So that is why we're encouraging you wherever you go, anywhere you go, even where the situation it seems not so good, hate in making it look presentable, hate in making it to look good, just like the way our sister Lawu did. When she came over to the Chinese environment, she did not say, oh, I expected that you guys supposed to be using electric work. I suspected that you guys should be living in a very good girl's place. I suspected that she did not mention that. She believed that life is in stage, and that landed her to a very good treasure land and a very good place. She accepted the place. Her sister was saying she hated her in every single choice she's doing, and also she felt so much happy for coming into the Chinese environment. Love itself is something that needs to be displayed not in the quantity of things being shared or not in the quality of things being attracted. When love is built, it's from the heart. And when we say love is from the heart, it goes a long way to show even human expression. And most times the little things that we think or thoughts that doesn't matters a lot. And most times, those single things or those little things that we think that is not relevant. It's so much as far relevant most. So that is why we're encouraging you, no matter where you go, ensure you display a level of love and a level of concern to one another. You know that Felicia's learned so much about the Chinese meal, and she found no difficulty in speaking the language, in doing the food, in communicating with the community, and also interacting with them. As simplicity and her kindness, facial health, and apart from those things attributes, her hard work in fact distinguished her among other African ladies. When we talk about Felicia, I think we'll be talking more about first or so in our subsequent editions. So as we have to know what to do and how to do it. All right, some persons feel like, hey, I'm coming from so background, I'm not the attaching kind of emotion into their life history, attaching all kinds of explanation into their life history. I'm coming from this kind of background, I'm coming from this, I'm coming from that, forgetting the fact you're a fighter. Wherever you are is an opportunity for you to break forth and to make use of those things you have learned back home. You might not be educated. In the case of these African ladies, they were not educated enough. But what they have in her is modern education, and what their African mothers taught them is beyond education. Some persons, that is why mostly we encourage, don't look down on yourself. No matter where you're coming from, no matter which home you're coming from, remember that there's hope and there's future, and there's also success at the end of the tunnel, and that they picked to themselves and they were able to change life drastically, not only to themselves but also to their community, ensuring they impact life in a little way. For some person, it might seem that they are not important, or should I say yes, impacting life positively, but I tell you, what they're doing is beyond educational level, is beyond human, should I say, expectation. Yes, because you note that Felista and Lawu usually, corporates, they did what their mom has taught them, they did what their dad has taught them, the respect, and they are very obedient in all their dealings, and truthful and transparent, and that, fetch them up and distinguish them among so many persons in the Chinese environment. Well, it's that we had a kind of comments coming through, and so many questions we're asking. Where are Felisa presently? Well, as the case may be now, she is in the land of the Tanzania environment, and very soon she will soon return back to the Chinese environment, to continue with her life. Now the balancing of establishments has been balanced, the building of a home in the Chinese environment, and also the establishments in the land of Tanzania. Two developments has been balanced. Well, we'll be expecting her, and also you see the changes in our Chinese grandpapa face, and we'll not forget, and we're also hoping to welcome and also to appreciate the smile in our Chinese grandpapa's face. Alright, this is I'll be wrapping up today's episode, and I hope you're enlightened to this package. Please stay tuned and stay blessed, and always remember, lovelies, stay cool for now. Bye for now.